So good morning, Peter. How are you?
Morning, fine. Thanks, Beth. You?
Good, I'm very well. So
Good.
Peter, thank you so much for joining us. Can you paint a little picture of the business that you've got running in Croydon? Tell us how long it's existed, who your clientele are, so we can get a feel for what you're facing.
Okay. Well, I've been there for 30 years now. Took an old gymnasium on, rebuilt it, built my own sort of dream restaurant that I've wanted to do for forever. I mean, my family's all Italian. We've all been in restaurants and catering. So started up 30 years ago, and it's gone in a flash. And we've been through a few recessions and ridden all of those. This latest situation really takes the biscuit.
I was going to say, does this feel different than the recessions that you've experienced? Because it's fascinating, someone 30 years in that restaurant and being able to survive. Does this feel different?
Yeah, completely. I mean, it was shocking. Obviously, when it all happened, we actually closed our doors on, I think, the 20th of March or 23rd of March, something like that. We could have stayed open. We could have carried on doing takeaways and deliveries, but at that point, we were worried for our staff and their families, and staff are very anxious. So we closed the doors for a little while. Closed for 7 weeks.
Right.
Probably, I must say, best 7 weeks of my life. But life.
I guess I bet you slept well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Just had time to cook every day and catch up with the family and catch up with my life. So it's the first proper break I've had in 30 years, which was great. But as Gary was saying earlier, financially you get to a point where you can't stand still, and there's still fixed costs to meet. So we decided that we had to restart deliveries.
How did you take those first steps to restart your business, Peter, after 7 weeks?
Spoke to all my staff. Just made sure that a small amount of them were happy to come off furlough and restart working. We had already been doing delivery and takeaway service, which was quite antiquated. It was all on the telephones and all writing notes on bits.
I bet that was a joy on a Friday night and a Saturday night, wasn't it?
An absolute mare, because it had become really busy over the years. So we had one person, just one employee on the telephone all night long. So thankfully now that's, with the Rhino app, that's eradicated now. I mean, that's been...
So that has replaced that functionality, has it? Do you run the takeaway and the delivery service from the app?
And the delivery, yeah. I mean, it's been amazing for us, really. We can put the message out to all our customers, whereas in the past they'd have to phone us, wait till the phone's not engaged, speak to someone for about 5 or 10 minutes about a menu, and then of course you've got a great chance of miscommunication. And most of my staff are Italian, and pretty much all of them can speak pretty good English, but things do get lost in translation. With the app, it's foolproof. Everything is there in black and white. There's a nice colourful picture of the dish as well for them to see, and they'll just go on, book their time slot, book their meal, write any notes of variations of dishes, or it's the third bell on the right hand side of the side door, or whatever it might be. I think it's been for us it's completely changed the way we work.
And so have you followed the same system that Gary was talking to us about? You've selected dishes from your menu, so streamlined your menu, put photos and descriptions on, decided when you want collection slots or delivery slots, and people have gone through and they can self-service online. Is that what you've done?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's really, the app's really flexible to change your time slots and maximize them, minimize them, however you want to do it. We've actually kept our whole menu going, so I've had quite a few chefs back on duty. The great thing is, as Gary was saying, is if you've got sort of peak times that you want to extend the time slots, times where you want to do it the other way around, it's very flexible and very easy to use. And as he was saying, it takes very little tutorial. We looked at the videos that Rhino put online. Myself and my managers looked at that. Eugene's been on the end of the phone to give us some advice and tweak things for us. it's been amazing, and it's been really easy to use.
And how long did it
very fast.
actually, how long, sorry to interrupt you, Peter, how long did it actually take for you to go from we're going to use it to be up and running? Did you onboard yourself, or did you take Eugene up on the offer of his team onboarding all of your menus? Did you do it, or did he do it?
He loaded the menus up, and then we added and changed things that we wanted to change, put the photos on, and we were pretty much done the next day. I think the next
Really?
day we started using it, and then
That's
of course
fast, isn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, really. We had to get the information out to our customers, but through social media and our own databases, we got that over.
And how have they responded?
Oh, they love it. They absolutely love it. There's still the odd one that wants to phone up. I think they mostly want to phone up for a chat. I think 99.9% of people want to order will just want that ease of ordering. And I think a really important factor is, we're up against people like Deliveroo and Uber Eats that we do use as well, that we've used them for years. And I think a great thing that Rhino is doing is eradicating the choice that the customer has to use them. So it was in the past, they might have the thought, right, okay, I've got to phone up Bagattis, it's engaged, I haven't got time to speak to someone. Listen, I've got a Deliveroo app. Let's just click on there. Now they've got the Rhino app, and they've got the choice to go directly onto our website or off our Facebook page. And it's slowly we've noticed the numbers of Deliveroo are definitely diminishing, and the numbers on our Rhino is definitely increasing.
And that's really interesting. So what does that do to your profitability and your bottom line? Because there's the cost structure of using a delivery company like Deliveroo is very different to the cost of having the Rhino app. Which is more profitable for you?
Oh, the Rhino app all day long. I think Deliveroo, they'll charge anything from 28 to 35%.
Right.
Which is massive. So the only costs that I have now is my own drivers, or people will come and collect. So that's a much lower cost.
So does Rhino charge you per delivery?
Oh no, it's just a basic, I think 30 quid a month. I mean, it's
so £30 whether that's allowing you to satisfy 30 customer orders or 300 customer orders.
Unlimited.
No wonder that you're smiling this morning then, Peter.
Yeah,
that must be saving you a fortune.
Yeah, why isn't everyone doing it?
Yeah, well, there we go.
Yeah,
who knows? And what's the impact been inside the workings of the restaurant, the books, the bottom line, the profitability? Has trading like this allowed you to cover your costs, and is it something that you can sustain?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many advantages to it. First advantage is we're not on the phone all day. The other advantage is we're getting time slots booked in advance. So my chefs are very happy because, say, we've just been through Father's Day, where I think we served probably about 220 meals, something like that. They've got everything the day before. They know how much of sea bass, steaks, pizzas that they pretty much need. They've got a great start, and it helps with the service. Customers are happy. They're getting their deliveries and collections on time. We're happy because we're spreading out with our time slots. We're spreading out the cooking out over the whole day. So profitability, it's better because there's less wastage. We know how many staff we need because we've got orders in advance. Yeah, I mean, it's been a massive change for us.
And then what about the next phase as July comes and restaurants can reopen? Obviously, there'll be a new kind of phenomenon, the in-house dining. Yeah. How are you planning to manage that? It sounds like you've got your deliveries and your takeaway sorted. How are you going to manage in-house dining?
Yeah, well, we've got to, we're giving a meter space that we've been told to do. We've got to be COVID appliant, which I think any restaurant, bar, cafe that's reopening must do that, because that needs to be distributed to all your employees. If the environmental health come in, they're going to want to see it. And also you're going to need it to give yourself that direction of all the hygiene procedures that need to be in place.
And are you intending to use the ordering facility that is already on the app that you're using for your deliveries? Will that allow people to not have to use disposable menus and things like that? or will you go back to table service and everything?
Yeah, we're not sure. We're hoping table service, but then there is, we've now, with the Rhino app, we've got that in place. If that's a directive we get from our government that's what we have to do, we've already got it there. So someone can pick up the app, look at it, send it off to us. We'll pick it up in front of them on our own phone or tablet, and we're away. So if we could probably use it both ways. We can use it for people that are a little bit anxious about handling menus and being too close to a waiter, or we can go and use the old method. And I think also, the Rhino app hopefully will be doing the reservation system as well, and that all can be integrated with the same app straight off our website, straight off our
no extra
Facebook
cost
page as well.
By the sounds of things.
Yeah, and again, you can spread your bookings out and block off times that you don't need, and have different time slots on different days.
You're going to be future-proofed tightly.
Yeah, well, we're working towards it, and it's amazing actually that this situation has really changed the way so many of us have worked. I'm sure we would have plodded along, leaving someone on the telephone every Friday and Saturday night, chatting to people and getting the odd hiccup with a misinterpretation of a dish. Now, I mean, this is for sure. We'll carry on using this. It's going to be very helpful.
And it's really interesting, Peter, because one of the biggest hurdles for independent business owners to adopt new technology or new ways of working is the fear associated with the change. What advice would you give to somebody who's listening in today and is trying to work out how they can navigate reopening? Have they got anything to fear?
Not at all. I mean, all I'd say to them is have a look at it now. Don't wait until you're open and think, oh, I wish I'd done that. The phone's ringing, and we can't cope with what we've got to deal with. Have a look at it now. You won't be disappointed. I've been in the restaurant business for 42 years now. This is, it's been a massive change for us. It's going to save on staff cost. It's going to save on your time. It's going to save on hassle, on mistakes, on orders that you then have to go back over again. But I would say get prepared now before you're opening. Or if you're open, take it straight away. We started it within a day or two.
That's incredible, isn't it? Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Peter. And I look forward to hearing of Bagatti's continued success in London. Thank you so much. I'm going to bid you farewell, and thank you for sharing your advice. It's been brilliant.